Hi, and welcome back to Straight Up Facts, the show where we just talk about three dudes who have no idea what's going on in the world. Today I'm joined by Lenny and Guy Buttersnaps, and of course I'm Robert Smith. Today we've got a wide variety of topics that we're going to discuss, and here in a moment I'll pass it off to one of my associates.
The first topic is going to be bees, alright?
Oh,
Bees. Alright. So, I was talking to somebody, and they brought up a good point. Where the hell do queen bees come from?
I know the answer
Oh.
You actually know?
to that question. No. But I have a theory.
You have a theory? Alright, let's
Yeah.
hear it, man. Let's hear it.
So basically, every queen bee is just a regular bee that's asserted dominance. They have to be able to reproduce, you know.
Alright.
And once one of them, it's like the bees that can give birth to other bees. Those become the queen bees, and they go start their own colonies.
Alright.
They were once just a regular bee,
Mhm.
but then decided, I'm going to start giving birth to a bunch of other bees in this area of the woods, and now I'm going to be a queen bee.
So you mean like Christianity? Like first there was like one, and then somebody was like, I don't like that, and now I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so we went somewhere else, and then somebody else was like, man, I don't like this, so they went somewhere
Yeah.
else. See, but my question is how do they get so much bigger than the other ones? Because aren't they like bigger? They're like way
Yes.
fucking more
Yeah.
massive.
Because they give birth so much, dude.
Is that what causes it?
I
Or is that
guess.
like what allows them to give birth?
The
so much?
hormones. I think it's the hormones in the bees.
Okay, but wouldn't all
Um,
the bees have them? Before you bring out some real fucking facts
Okay,
and
I'm
shit.
looking it up now because you've
Yeah,
got me
I know, right?
interested.
See, where are they
I mean-
made? Do they have to like? Is it like a breed? Like one bee is just like
Oh
once a
my
queen bee,
God.
the spawn of
So,
a bee.
Well, I just
I thought-
looked it up.
I thought it was like the bee with the most body count. Like would just say, well, I got experience, might as well just dedicate my life to
So
it.
like Thotimus Prime type deal.
Yeah,
It's
so it's
like-
like, hey, let's just keep banging me. I mean, you're already doing it. Let's just
Fucking
make it
me the
public,
queen. Okay.
and I'll just keep giving birth to.
Now
freaking
here's
bees,
the
dude.
weird thing: is there has to be other female bees in there, right?
Yeah.
So like, do they just not get laid at all?
I know the answer to this question because
Oh,
I
do you?
looked it up.
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Basically, it's a bee that was selected by the worker bees.
So they have a counselor or some shit like that.
I don't know. They're
So
selected by
it's-
the worker bees, and the worker bees feed that bee the most. The bee becomes big, sexually mature, whatever, what have you.
So
So
they
it is a
fucking-
body count.
They have they have like a wet T-shirt contest for bees,
They have a counselor.
and then they freaking are like hot or not, and
Yeah.
everybody's like, okay, we'd all like to bang her.
Yeah.
They're still larvae at this point. Isn't that child porn or
Child porn for bees.
child porn for
Bees
bees?
are kind of fucking weird, man.
Yeah,
Why do you have
bees
to
are.
bring it to that?
Jeez.
Because if you're making it sound like that, then yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's totally weird.
That's how it is. Like as a larva.
She
So,
is
I mean,
usually the
how-
mother of most, if not all, the bees in the beehive. The queens are developed from larvae selected by worker bees and specially fed in order to
Wait.
become sexually mature.
Hold
There is
up.
normally only one adult mated queen in a hive, in
Uh,
which case the bees will usually follow and fiercely protect her.
Hold the phone.
Okay,
So-
let me hear this.
Does that mean okay? So it's either. So she's the mother of most,
And-
if not all.
and
So hold
people-
on, is that like fucking incest, dude?
People think that
Fucking
there's
incestuous?
people
Woo-hoo.
people think that there's only one queen bee in a hive.
Mhm.
But there's actually dwarf queens that also exist. There's multiple other ones. In the case that if that queen bee dies, there is another
It
queen
steps
to
up.
replace her.
So they're getting like little bits of experience getting plowed by the other bees.
Yeah.
Well, no, only the queen bee can produce children. They're
But
not
what the
going.
So the other ones can't even have sex.
No. Until
Sex.
They're just
the
fed.
queen bee dies, and then the next one's
And
selected.
then they start feeding that
and
one.
they start feeding that one. You know, making sure that that becomes.
So
the
they're
queen bee.
grooming the freaking other bees, man.
Yeah.
But hold on, is it still incest? Is this like some sort of deep south shit that's going on in every beehive?
Man, maybe. And then one of them figures that shit out and is like, fuck this, I'm going somewhere else. And then the process continues. So really, all
my
bees,
God.
like, so the buzzword for this would be
Buzzword.
insects instead of incest.
Oh my god.
Got him.
I got him.
Listen to this, alright?
Alright.
A virgin queen will develop from a fertilized egg. The young queen larva develops differently because it is more heavily fed royal jelly,
Royal
a
jelly.
protein-rich secretion from glands on the heads of young workers.
Yeah, that's straight.
If not for being heavily fed royal jelly, the queen larva would develop into a regular worker bee.
That's straight.
All bee larvae are fed some royal jelly for the first few days after hatching, but only queen larvae are fed the jelly exclusively. As a result of the difference in diet, the queen will develop into a sexually mature female, unlike the worker bees.
So if you don't eat this, imagine like, okay, you're 14. It's time for you to start eating.
Let's
jelly.
stop relating this to children.
No. Do you like?
It's not-
I
I
mean,
mean-
imagine like, okay, so if you're Jewish, no, follow me on this. If you're Jewish, you're not a man till you have your bar mitzvah, right?
Yeah.
But like, what if you just had to consume like only jelly? Like, all you can have is jelly. That's it. Only jelly.
I mean,
And that's what makes you have the ability to bone. It's
I
like
mean-
if you don't eat this jelly, your balls will never drop. Imagine that. Like legit, you have to eat, okay, welcome to America. You're 13 now. You need to eat 12 cheeseburgers like every day. And you can only eat McDonald's cheeseburgers every day.
oof,
Right?
oof. I'd die. I
So,
think most people do. That's cruel at that point.
in general, the old queen starts laying eggs into queen cups when conditions are right for swarming. Swarm cells hang from the bottom of a frame while
This is getting too
emergency
sciencey, we get
queens
it.
are generally raised in cells built out from the face of a frame. As the young queen larva pupates with her head down, the workers count the queen
cut
cells.
Alright,
shit out.
stop.
That's fucking too sciencey.
This is so cool.
It's
Okay,
not.
so pretty much, they've shit out all these children into queen cups, so just a giant fucking net, pretty much,
Uh-huh.
and they just shit out all their babies, and then the other workers will start grooming those ones to be the next queen for when she dies.
Yeah. And during swarming season, the old queen leaves, and then the first virgin queen emerges from their cell.
Shit.
So the old queens prepare a cell for the next queen.
So does that queen bee like fly off somewhere else?
I guess it flies off to die.
Fuck, no, that's crazy.
I mean, they're pretty old at that
So
point. for a bee.
swarming season, you don't think they call it swarming season because like a bunch of dudes just pile on to this one and just going at it?
No, that is not what swarming.
I feel like that's exactly what it means. I feel it's like, okay guys, the fucking new one's here. We gotta put up or shut up, man.
Yeah,
I gotta
just send the
fucking-
old one fucking shit. Just make her fly out of here till she dies.
Wow. Okay, this stuff is crazy, and I wish I could read all of it because this is actually really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
That's
is how
fucking crazy.
queen. That
Like,
is
I'm
where
looking-
queen
okay,
bees
so
come
I'm looking
from.
at the
Queen
blocks
jelly.
of text.
Do
and
you
that's
think-
not interesting at all.
Queen jelly, what do you think it would taste like?
Queen jelly,
Royal
nothing.
jelly.
Probably just.
Alright, so we the fucking queen bees is where they come from, and we know this now.
Yes.
So that's pretty fucking cool.
It makes me want to
It's-
study insects. What's it called when you? What's that?
Anthropology.
Anthropology? I
Yeah.
thought that was the study of man.
No. I thought, isn't that? I feel like it gets more specific when you study insects.
No, what's it?
Anyway, who gives a shit? I don't
Anatomy.
really care. This,
Anatomy.
so like, speaking of honey, prostitutes.
What?
Because they can give you some honey.
Oh, dude.
All right. So, prostitution.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's very.
do you you think it's great, Lynn?
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you think of legalizing prostitution?
It's the oldest
Um,
profession in the world.
I don't know. I don't think
How can you
that. I
legalize
think
it?
prostitution only leads to more criminal activity.
Like, what do you mean?
And, well, prostitution in and of itself is kind of. I think there are some people that. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to explain because it's basically sex for hire, right? It's like drugs, and people are going to abuse it. They're going to take advantage of women if it becomes legal, and they're
Well,
going
see,
to, like
like,
a
I
pimp,
feel-
you know?
Yeah, see, and I think that's the problem though with it being illegal, is it's still gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
At least then you can start passing legislation that protects those women. Like, if you push it to like the shadows and shit, they're more at risk for being like victimized. Whereas if it's like, imagine you like buying weed on the corner. Like, that's kind of sketchy. I mean, typically nothing really happens, but, you know, just in case,
Yeah.
drug
Yeah.
deal, right? Drug deals are super sketchy. But going to a dispensary, right? Like a state-run dispensary,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, all right, like, we're making sure your product's good. There's nothing in it that shouldn't be in it. It's fucking, like, it's taxable. I feel like having, like, brothels.
Is there any country that has legal prostitution?
Yeah, there's a couple in South America. I remember
Really?
that, yeah, there was that
South
secret-
America?
Yeah, so there was that secret serviceman that got in trouble for soliciting prostitution, even though it was legal in, like, I think it was Bolivia or some shit.
A Secret Serviceman?
Yeah, like for the
From
president.
the U.S.?
Yeah.
New Zealand?
Well, I mean, that's different, because, I mean, it's like the military. They have to abide.
Yeah, I know that was there, but I'm just saying, like,
um,
and like they're like all the people, the men and women that participate are tested. Okay, it's taxed, it's monitored, and I really think that's good because one of the main issues with like prostitution is that like I fuck someone who's dirty, and then I fuck someone else, and now all three of us are dirty, and it passes on. Nobody's getting tested.
yeah.
Nobody's getting tested. And I'm gonna tell you, like, George Carlin did a bit where he was like, fucking people is legal. Like, if I want to have sex with someone, that's perfectly fine.
As long as both.
Are of age and consenting. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay? And buying shit is legal. So why is buying sex not legal?
It's more of a. I think it's more of a cultural thing, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, sex in America for some reason is kind of taboo.
In Europe, you've got countries, Germany, France, it's legal. Like you said, South America.
Wait, what?
It's
It's
legal.
legal in Germany and France?
Yeah, France, prostitution is legal in France.
Isn't it in like those red light
Although, but
districts?
you can't solicit in public.
Oh yeah, you got to go to like
Yeah,
That's
areas.
outlawed. The
Yeah. You know, France.
Uh,
It kind of makes.
pimping and brothels are also illegal, but
Yeah.
prostitution's legal.
It makes more sense in France because I've heard that the way people are raised over there, like girls are raised to, you know, like embrace pretty much sexuality because it's part of their, you know, themselves. You know,
Yeah.
biologically that's part of them. It's like the same.
It's
for
like, why
us.
be ashamed of it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like instead of being ashamed of it, just embrace it. I mean, it's not bad unless you use it for some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Or.
And I feel like that, like, if you put them like if you were to like run this by the government, it kind of like pimps are a thing.
Mhm.
They're getting like beat. Like, give them the same like fucking standards. Like,
In Germany, you get a pension as a prostitute.
that's
You can
fucking
get a
lit.
pension, you can get health care.
That's lit. I mean, that's important. That
You,
you get
you,
healthcare.
you still pay taxes
Absolutely.
and stuff like that, but you can get a ton of social benefits, stuff like that.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, like, what's wrong with that? Like,
Fuck, I kind of want to go to Germany now, dude.
yeah.
Holy shit, they're clean. They're
Yeah.
probably cleaner than my freaking floor. I mean, oh, that's yeah. Wrong choice of words. They're probably cleaner than a clean dish, just fresh out of the dishwasher or fresh out of, you know, just soap and water with a sponge,
Yeah.
Yeah.
hot water, and you clean. So I kind of yeah.
I think the moral of the story is
There's no more.
there is moral to this. is that if I was still single, I would have to pay for sex and it be legal.
You know,
I would be doing. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be doing it quite often. I'd probably be broke.
isn't it legal in Vegas?
It's legal in Vegas, yeah.
To what extent?
Is that
it
true? Like,
exactly the
how is that
same?
legal in Vegas?
Yeah, is it the same as Germany or France or whatever? Because I feel like just being in America, like,
Buttersnaps does not mean look it up.
it doesn't sound like
Man, you're
it's,
being too factual for this.
I'm
podcast.
sorry, I'm interested.
it doesn't. It,
I don't
doesn't
know.
it
I bet
sound-
you. I bet you are interested.
No, but seriously, doesn't it sound like it's way too good to be true? Like
Alright, I'm
here
gonna
in
stop
America,
looking
like
stuff
there's
up.
probably like
Yeah.
I'm bringing too much intelligence.
Yeah.
To the
This
podcast.
we're not supposed to learn too
Just me
much.
off,
Like,
you're making me look like
we're
a
just supposed to
retard.
find you know what I mean.
I'm not trying to be the retard with this, dude.
Well, that's
Whoa! Oh
man.
shit!
yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways, yeah, but
Anyway.
yeah, no, man, this shit's really freaking crazy. Oh snap!
God.
Yeah, Lenny's getting fucked up.
Go! This is not. It does not pertain.
I'm pretty sure that that's not orange juice.
It's got
I'm
a
not
lot
gonna
of pulp.
smell it.
It's got a lot of pulp.
A lot of pulp in it. Yeah,
Yes.
is that what we're calling it now? Pulp.
Yeah, dude, it's like thick.
Do you
It's
know I
almost
pulled
like
you
eating an
over?
orange. It's like eating
Is that
an
pulp
orange.
I smell in your breath? Yeah.
You,
Yeah,
uh,
pulp has a really.
There's a lot of
distinct-
pulp in your blood, sir.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We're,
Your blood pulp
we're going
count
on a
was
tangent
pretty
right
high,
now.
man.
People don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Prostitutes.
Yeah.
Las Vegas. Is it
So
good?
would
Is it
you
bad? Is it better?
okay? So let's say it was legal. Current state, right now, society is all the same.
Mhm.
Would you do it?
No.
You would not do it.
No, because that's gross.
Whoa, whoa,
and
whoa,
I don't
hold
want
on,
to be.
hold on.
I don't wanna
Participate in?
fuck.
Okay, as in
would you solicit prostitution?
Hmm.
Not would you be a prostitute,
Okay,
but would
yeah.
you solicit?
So support it.
Would you go
No,
out
would
and
you
have
buy-
sex with a prostitute?
No.
Okay. Is that a moral thing, or
It's
Is
not
that,
really
like,
even a
just-
moral
you'd
thing.
think about
It's
it the whole
just
time?
I don't want my dick to be in some I don't know how many other dicks have been
I mean, she's a prostitute. A lot of them,
this
dude.
girl.
A lot.
Exactly.
you could probably
so-
flip through the roster?
Oh
and,
God. See, that's the thing. If
you
I'm,
could see the lineup and their stats probably.
if I'm gonna be with a girl, I want her to have fucked maybe one other dude.
one other dude.
What? That's
Really?
like impossible to bear, dude.
It's becoming impossible nowadays.
Well, yeah, I mean, but that's not really a
What's your
discriminating factor for me, to be honest. For
What?
me personally.
Like if she's been with a lot of
The
dudes.
dudes, yeah,
As long as it's been saved and she's.
It's just, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's
Yeah.
just my personal opinion. I
Alright,
think it's gross.
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
On the other hand, me,
No.
do not give a shit. You know why? She's clean. You know what you
Now,
want.
would you accept head?
She know what she wants.
Would
Yes.
You, okay, so head's fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Head is fine.
See, I love how head is that thing where that's everybody is I'm down for head. No matter what, I'm down for
I mean,
head.
because if you check out her teeth and she's got a nice smile, you're seems like you're brushing
could-
your teeth every day.
I
I
could
don't
come on your
mind that. Yeah, I don't mind you sucking
You have a
on
nice-
my popsicle.
Yeah, nice.
You seem to care a lot about your oral hygiene.
You have a nice face. Can I get?
Oh,
No, can I get
God.
your face down on my? crotch?
let me brush your molars with my cocktail.
Ugh.
So her swallowing loads all day, perfectly
Gross.
fine. But
I think that's even worse.
but smashing out of the question.
Yeah, but then now that I think about it, she could have diseases all in her
Well, no.
mouth. I wouldn't
Remember,
even
this
know.
is government issued. This is
Oh
is
my-
monitored. She's getting.
Oh, so we're saying that
She's getting
she
checkups.
would be getting checkups, and that I would know that she has zero diseases.
Yes, yeah,
Then I'm totally fine with that.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the only way prostitution is legal anywhere. They get checkups.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a system. Dude.
Yeah,
it's not
they
like
get
We would have a very bad public health crisis on our hands.
And you'd
if
have
we
to
had
get checked out.
prostitution without checkups.
Yeah, no, and you'd have to get a checkup before going in there. That way you
Yeah.
can mess up their career.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
that. But yeah, I don't see the problem with that because the only reason I wouldn't want to fuck them is if they had diseases.
So that was legit. Your only holdback was
was the diseases, and I was I was against it
Okay.
because of the diseases.
So as long as you could protect your health.
As long as I could protect my health,
And
I would be fine with it.
Oh, okay.
Although I wouldn't want her to want to have sex with me just because I was paying her money. That's also a part.
That's a deal breaker.
I'd want her to want to have sex with me because she found me attractive, not because I have a lot of money.
Huh.
I mean,
See,
sure.
That's called
But
dating.
That
That's called
that
dating.
kind of goes
Steps.
out of the base of what prostitution is. Like, it's no emotional attachment.
It's because you're ugly. That's why you would be doing this. Is because you're
no, I
ugly.
mean, you can
Yeah.
be attractive. Like, it's like, well, let's say you just
Like, I'm
you're
not
on a
gonna lie,
business trip.
I'm
and you're
pretty
like,
ugly. And
"Fuck, I'm
I would
ugly,
be.
dude." So you're just
My
like,
paychecks would be zero at this point. I would just have them like
You know,
direct deposit.
now that I'm hearing it from Lenny, he has a good point. Like, let's say you're horny and
Yeah.
you want to have sex.
Yeah, like, we've all been there, right? We've
Yeah,
all
you-
been there. We're
you're
just
like-
like, look, I'm not looking for a conversation.
you're a traveling businessman. You're at the hotel, like on a during a meeting. You're just like, holy shit, I'm hard as shit. So you're just
You're
like,
hard as
you know
shit.
what,
Like you're just sitting at the freaking like, conference room table.
Yeah, I mean,
and it
it's like-
smacks the underside of the wood and they're like,
Yeah.
what was that? I dropped my phone.
Yeah, it's like when you're in school, like sometimes you would get a no reason boner. It's like, oh, it's there, it's raging. It's
Or in
I've had
church.
those, Yeah.
Church was the
Dude,
worst.
church
for me.
boners, and it's like,
Because I would just be like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
yeah, and like you're like
Am I
the
in
only person
Satan?
that's somewhat undressed
Does
is Jesus.
Satan live inside of me?
Straight up,
It's
like-
in your dick.
Because what is happening right now, I am horrible.
Yeah, facts. Okay, so I would feel terrible in church because I'd be looking around and I'd be like, I am God's house. But at the same time, I'm like, maybe this balances out. Because after all, I did show up to church. And I'm
I
going
mean,
to beat my dick.
Just,
like,
Okay, so this is how I would justify
Just
it.
say,
If
"Please
someone says
forgive
something,
me."
no, if someone said something, I'm like, I'm sorry, but this is how God made it to work, right? It's working properly. It's just there. I'm not thinking about sex or anything. It's just a
now
natural
the worst
occurrence.
part is when you get up to get communion.
And you
now
pitch
you're
in the
stressed.
tent.
Yeah, you're pitching it like a mad tent. And you're like, okay, I've got to get rid of this thing. So you start thinking in
Tuck
your
it.
minds.
You tuck it in.
You either tuck it
Or you look at that old guy across
That old-
the pew.
with the little spots on his head.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're saying
Facts.
math.
Facts.
What?
Well, math kind of gets me a little bit hard.
What is it because math is hard?
No,
Math
it
is
gets
hard,
me.
so it
Gets
gets
me
you
a
hard.
little
It's
bit
like
hard.
it's like contagious hardness.
That's how it balances
That's
out.
the nerdiest thing I think you've ever said in
I
your
think
life.
I mean,
It's
dude, like, it's like, oh my god,
It's
I
like
have
solve
it.
that differential
Yeah.
equation for me, baby. Like, is that? Would you want to go to like an academic themed brothel? Is that?
Fuck yeah, dude. Fucking
So you could
bitches with-
legit,
with
like,
glasses and
It would
stuff?
be like leagues almost, like the prostitutes. Like each brothel would be themed, like a sports bar one, like.
Bro.
And so,
Yeah. If the question is, would you go? Answer yes. Short answer. Now, going back to prostitution. Should it be legal or not? It should be legal.
it should
Yeah, I
be
think it
legal.
should.
In certain regions, because sometimes, it kind of doesn't work everywhere. You can't, like, impose.
So you're saying it
certain
should be illegal?
legal.
Legal.
Yes.
Okay.
In certain areas.
And I think
'Cause-
prostitutes would become hotter if it was legal because
Just
there would be
more competition.
competition. Yes.
Yeah, it's true. There would be competition, but also I just think it would be like overall safer for them. Like.
Yeah.
I'm tired
It's
of
a community
personally.
award,
Whenever
so-
I'm walking down an alley, I'm tired of tripping over dead hookers. Okay, that's just getting old for me.
What?
It's a real inconvenience. Sunday I'm coming home from church. I'm just
During
kidding.
the
I
day.
didn't go.
I've never
Okay.
tripped over a dead hooker.
Wow.
I hope I never have to.
Wow, really? Well, I'm sorry. Not everybody can live in a nice area.
Maybe at Vegas.
Yeah.
So straight up, I just trip over and I'm like, I'm gonna kind of kick their foot back under the.
This.
I don't know why. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That's really effed up. But no, straight up, I just think it would be safer because they're gonna have to do it for money anyways. Okay. And the worst part is that they're gonna do it for money, and they're gonna have to work for a pimp. And right now, many of them are doing it online because it's safer. They can work out of their home. They can establish, like all this information.
You talking about like cam girls or?
Like cam girls, but a lot of them will get out like on Craigslist and stuff like that. And so they can kind of
Oh.
establish like an internet history with that person before they can get like that way. If they don't want to, they don't have to. It's kind of safer for them. And a lot of like politicians, regardless of party, are saying that they're trying to drive them back off of the internet because solicitation of prostitution over the internet is illegal. And they're passing more legislation against that rather than just being like, hey, look, why don't we just make this safe for everybody? Because people are going to do it, right? People are going to do it.
Just like people.
And who's it hurting, really? Who's it hurting? It's hurting prostitutes right now, which are just people. I mean, men and women, just normal people. And I really think that's, I mean, think about it. People want to have sex. People like Tinder.
That's
People
why
want to
it
have sex.
exists.
Grinder. People want to have sex.
Well, I mean, I know about its existence, but I don't know.
I know you've never used Grinder.
Yeah.
Nobody here's used Grinder.
I sure hope not.
What is this supposed to mean? I'm just fucking with you. I don't give a shit.
I mean, I don't know. I just thought that you were on the other side. You know?
Oh, you thought I was.
No.
Prostitutes have
Not
balls,
picture,
though,
no.
dude.
No.
Could you imagine just like randomly hopping in a car with a person, going to have like a really intimate moment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what if they were
imagine.
a serial murderer? What if they
Shut up.
tried to kidnap you? And
I mean,
make
that
them-
could be anyone.
What if you got kidnapped in trafficking?
That could be
No,
anyone.
because
that could be someone
no,
in
no,
college.
no,
It's
you
like,
cannot
hey,
make that
do you want
argument.
to do homework
You
with
can't
me?
make that argument.
Yes, I will do homework.
You-
I
it-
will help you.
No.
Come
What
to
does
my
that even
apartment at
mean?
this time. They show up. Shank. Shoo, shoo, shoo,
That can't.
dead.
No, that cannot happen to anyone
And your
because
homework never got
not
done.
everyone isn't like, going around looking to meet a random person. Right? If you have a job, you can go and meet someone and date them.
I'm just saying.
If you're a prostitute, you're meeting random people every single day and having sex with them.
But yeah, I mean it does put you at a vulnerable thing.
So
Okay,
it can't happen. It
which-
can't happen to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, it brings this question. Okay, so in order to be a prostitute, do you have to have? Because obviously you have to have a different mindset. Now, the mindset that you have to have, would that make you a fucking like some social?
Justice warrior?
No, no. Like, does it make you weird? Does it fuck up with your social abilities?
I
like
think it'd fuck up sex.
morality or something.
Well, see,
something
now-
has to change.
Now, like
'Cause-
Angela White did a podcast.
I can't
She's
watch.
she's an Australian porn star, and she talks about like polyamorous relationships. And I think it's just something that you have to be interested in. I feel like if
Yeah.
you're forced to do this for money,
yeah.
that is a little bit. It's like something. Like that would kind of screw up with you. But
Yeah.
like if it's like I just want to grow up and have sex with people, like if I could be a porn star currently, I would be a porn star.
It's a hard job, dude.
It's not easy.
Literally,
It's a lot.
literally, it's a hard job. But I'm saying, if
Stop.
all I had to do was follow attractive women and get paid,
But you're not getting paid as much as the women.
I don't care. I'll take the wage
There
gap.
are some really famous porn star guys.
Like Johnny
dudes, though.
Sins, man. Johnny Sins.
Johnny Sins. I don't know who that
He's the
is.
one going into space supposedly.
No.
What?
But yeah.
Is he
I
gonna
mean,
fill a porn in
Yeah.
space? What?
Yeah, you know what this? This has
it's a
been a
stressful
while.
job.
Pornhub's been investing in this for a while.
Dude.
Are they gonna film porn in space?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
Now my question is, would the nut be powerful enough to launch you backwards? Now you've got the physics degree. If I've got like a third a cup of nut
No.
stored up in my balls,
No.
Depends on
and
how
I'm
long
not-
you have.
would I move back just a little bit?
No.
I wouldn't at all.
No. It's so small.
It's so small.
Yeah, it's not gonna make
I
a
heard that
difference.
sperm shoots out at like 20, 30 some miles an hour.
So
Yeah.
okay, so okay, the only
When you're fully loaded, of course.
Yeah, when you're fully loaded.
so if that's true, then the only difference would be that if you nut outside and it just goes, phew, then it'll just keep going at a constant 20 miles an hour. So
Yeah.
it'll go on and stick to the first thing it hits.
What if your dick was right up against a wall and then you nutted?
Yeah, would that build up push you off? Would it project
Exactly.
off?
No, it's not. It's
I
not
feel like it
enough
would.
force. It's not enough force. I mean, there's some force.
But there's some force and there's
But
no
it's not
resistance
enough.
except for inertia, right?
There's not enough. There's some. But
I
you're,
cannot wait for Johnny Sins to prove you wrong.
I honestly, I wish
Johnny
I
Sins,
was.
if you watch this,
I just-
if you watch
here,
this podcast,
We're not here
can
for
you
the map.
please nut in space against a
We're here
wall?
for the nut.
After the porno, like let's say you're up there for a week, later that week, if you could just put your dick on the wall and just nut and just, I want to prove
Like-
this man's
like
wrong.
Dick to wall. And then
Dick to
you-
wall, dick to wall, and then just let the pressure build up. I think it would push you back. I think it would thrust you in the opposite direction.
I don't know.
No pun intended.
No, because there's still some like you gotta push so
I don't
much.
think so. Yeah, he's right. Even with the human body just weighs too much.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a lot
It's
more
just got that much
force.
mass.
That's a mean.
I mean,
little
theoretically,
action.
I really wish that my
Because if I could use that to navigate space, if I would just ejaculate my way to the moon, like that would be lit.
your
Like,
dick would freeze off in space.
well, I'd get like a warmer for it, like a sweater, like a dick
Well, then
sweater.
how's it gonna propel it?
Yeah.
I'll have like a little escape hatch.
Oh,
Like when I,
gotcha.
like it's like and you know how like it tenses up a little bit, it'll open it and just jettison it out.
Oh
I
god.
and there's like a hatch that just
Yeah, it's like
it opens and closes.
yeah,
Not approaching.
Not approaching.
yeah, straight up. Like I really think that it would do that.
Damn.
What about
That's probably how SpaceX is gonna be.
Now I saw an interesting post that said NASA confirms reverse cowgirl and doggy style are the same in space. And that really fucked my mind over.
what was it?
What?
Reverse cowgirl and doggy style. Same thing in space.
How is it the same thing?
Okay, so you got cowgirl, right?
Yeah.
So she's on you, she's facing you.
Yeah.
Okay. Reverse cowgirl, she's facing the other way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now
But doggy
rotate
style.
it. It's like here, she's facing away from you. That's still right.
Wait, now?
I see what you're saying. I see
I
what you're
don't know.
saying, but there's slightly different leg placement that distinguishes
I
the two.
do understand that, but for the most part, practically.
But for the
same.
most part, you're correct.
Yeah,
it is the same
other than
thing.
leg placement.
The only thing making them different is gravity.
Yeah, that shit's fucking crazy.
Because in a three-dimensional space, if you're grounded to something, like your point of reference and
Would be the ground.
on Earth is the ground, so it's different.
So I guess
You're
the minute you touch a
floating.
wall, it would become like if your butt touches the wall, then it would be reverse cowgirl. But the minute that
What
your feet,
wall?
you're in a space
Because then it would be
station,
like you're
dude.
laying down.
Yeah, it would be like you're laying down. But the minute that you touch it with your feet,
It's doggy style.
it's doggy style,
Bruh.
straight up,
Fuck.
straight up.
I want to do it.
All right, and into the next topic. Is YouTubers.
Yeah.
Okay, because like
favorite.
prostitutes and the people who use them,
my favorite.
people use
That's
prostitutes like YouTubers use people. All right, they're both being fake for money. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's true.
They're both acting like they're interested and they care for money.
Um,
And there's a few out there.
Okay.
There are. I mean, just like with both. Like there's
and
you
like
know
the
there's some
asterisks.
there's like you know like let's say in like the prostitution industry. There's some that are just there to get dick and get paid. Like they're like yeah, and there's some that are just there for the money.
Mhm.
You could say that they're along for the ride.
Oh, these are so horrible. Ugh.
Okay, I'll finish now.
I
Yeah.
hate you.
So, but I mean, in the same aspect, there are those YouTubers that built that fan base because they're really genuine about it. Like Philip DeFranco
Yeah.
or Ethan Klein with
Yeah, I
H3H3
agree.
and iDubbbz. I'm a real big fan of Ian.
iDubbbz, yeah.
I mean,
it's-
Ian's breaking down walls. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Where's he
is.
from, by the way?
Filthy
Ian-
Frank.
Filthy Frank, long live Filthy Frank. May he rest in peace.
Who else?
Yeah, he's no longer a character.
Yeah, on the opposite side of the spectrum, you've got your Logan and your Jake
Yeah, your
Paulers.
Logan and your Jake Paul, and a lot of the Biners that have just kind of like moved over,
The
except for Drew Gooden.
You know who I fucking hate? Is the Lele Pons, the Hannah Stocking,
The Ethan
and
Bradbury.
there's one more.
What?
Ethan
That's-
Bradbury, I like him as a meme, I don't like him as a YouTuber.
Exactly, and that's the problem is like the ones that you hate as YouTubers, And it's not necessarily because their content is bad, because obviously it's not bad. It's working.
Yeah.
People
Someone
are
likes
watching it.
it.
They're making money on it.
Someone
but-
likes it.
Somebody's got to like it, right? But my thing is that they're just, like, they do shitty things that is great online because it's shitty. Because it's like, wow, I wish I could be that big of an asshole, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, then CNN's gonna write a fucking like article on it, or Gizmo or whatever,
So okay.
and they're gonna be like, YouTuber. That's all it's gonna say. It's not gonna say Jake Paul. It's not gonna say, you know, like these people. It's gonna say YouTuber.
So
and
wait,
immediately there's that negative connotation.
quick question: are you asking like the perception of people that aren't into like either watching or making YouTube, like how people
Like that
see them?
relationship.
Like the old people.
No, like in general, like media and people that aren't.
Yeah,
involved in
media
YouTube.
doesn't really
Or
care.
are you trying to ask about like Eastern, like what's the deal?
I feel like there's the stigma behind both prostitution and YouTuber in the same fashion.
So you're
because-
just
No,
Back
like
to the
there's.
prostitution.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying there's gonna be like a few people that fuck it up. Excuse my pun, but fuck it up for everybody. Okay. Like, I mean, YouTube was going hunky dory.
it's still,
YouTube was better back when it wasn't regulated as much.
Yeah.
The same goes for every
I
single
think-
thing on the planet.
But yeah, no. But I
It
feel
was
like
better when
the
it
big
wasn't
lure
regulated.
of YouTube was not only because it was like creator friendly, but also just because it was real.
Yeah.
The
Real
shit
people.
the shit you saw on there was real.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like way back, like before I was really around, where like,
YouTube wasn't around when you weren't around.
dude, I feel like it, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not around till you're like at least like 8. You're not helping out anybody until you're about 8.
I can remember things around 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, exactly. Like, like when you can get online without your parents' permission, how about that?
Yeah.
Okay. But like, early on, you know, like after they started getting paid, it was still fine. It was still fine when they were getting paid, and it was really cool. But like, it's like when CNN wrote that first article that was like YouTube putting video like ads on ISIS videos, and then they just never touched on it again. Like they're literally only doing shitty things, and that was the last platform where you could say whatever you wanted, like whatever you
Yeah.
wanted. And it
Well,
was
you
fine.
still can, sort of, although I feel like it's heading towards more of a corporate.
Well, even if you
feel.
demonetize your own video and put that age restriction on there, they can still like freaking remove your content.
Yeah, they can do anything they want to. It's their platform.
It
but
is their platform.
people aren't going to like it as much if there's all this
Exactly.
sort of higher power corporate taking stuff away they don't like.
Yeah.
And I think that,
Like that was the lure of YouTube.
like, now we've got freaking YouTube Red, which I can't stand because it's like,
you have it though.
I have it for
You
the
have
it?
music.
You have it?
I
Yeah.
have it for music
Yeah.
because I like using it as a music.
I didn't
sort
know you
of
had it.
app. I have it. I
Yeah,
don't
noticed
watch.
when
I
he
don't
turned
watch.
his phone like off the app, and it kept playing. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, he's got about
Oh, yeah.
5 seconds for this to go
I-
off, and
I
it
have
kept
it too.
going.
Kept going.
I
Yeah.
have it. I
It's
hate
dope.
it, but I have it because I cannot stand freaking ads, dude.
Yeah.
I don't
hate
care
ads as
about
well.
ad block or anything, because I mean,
And I
legit,
watch.
like if I usually YouTube on my phone instead of my computer, because I can like if I want to listen to something, I just turn it off, put my phone on standby, and just okay, and I'll just keep doing shit and listen to it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of worth it for it, but like it's not worth it at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and you know, like a lot of us complained that the YouTube app, when you closed it, that it stopped playing the music.
Mm.
And instead of them just fixing it, they were like, we'll turn this bug into a way to make money.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is, why would you, it's genius, but why would you do that?
Well, I think that what basically on YouTube you can access any music you want. Like
True.
if I wanted to listen to something on Apple Music, I either have to get the subscription to Apple Music or I need to pay for it.
Yeah.
We could
Like
just
buy the song.
yeah, because think
Same
about it.
goes for any other music service listening to. And I think that because they had all like, you know, they had the Vivo channels where they would post their songs on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
So if they allowed people to just turn their phone off and it kept playing, you basically have all the songs for free.
Now here's the thing though, is those Vivo like channels still had ads. So they were still getting monetized. They were still making money off of that. And I want you to think about it like this: is I could sell you my CD. I could sell you my CD for like, let's say $12, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you'll listen to it over and over and over, and I make no extra money on it. Or each song could have an advertisement on it. Like every third song could have an advertisement on it, right?
Isn't that what Pandora does?
Yeah, I know, but and then you're still getting, if it's like a really popular song, Coca-Cola or Google or somebody's going to want to put their ad on it, and now you're making that really good rate on your music, and people are going to, like, I can tell you that people are, like, those Vivo channels get into the millions of views.
Mm-hmm. Every time.
Every
Billions
time.
almost.
Yeah, okay? Like,
Hundreds of millions to billions.
exactly. Like, you could buy the song for 99 cents and listen to it unlimited. Or I could sit through an ad and a company could pay you for me to listen to it over and over and over and over.
Yeah, but
Every time I watch
But
it.
if you think about it, it's YouTube's gonna make more money off of the buy that ability rather than the advertisements. They're not
Yeah.
really making that
because
much
it's,
money.
it's the money's going directly
off
to
of
them.
an ad.
It's not a third party company
Yeah.
paying them for having ads. But I mean, if you think about it, it works.
Well, a company's paying them to have their ads run on the channel. That's who gives
Yeah.
YouTube money.
Yeah.
yeah.
So like Coca-Cola
That's it.
comes up to YouTube and is like, "Hey, I want my ads on some stuff," and then they're like, "Okay, we'll distribute it evenly to the most popular shit."
Mm-hmm.
And
No, but yeah, I don't know. YouTube Red sucks, but if you think about it, for $10, you're getting more than you would get if you were paying for Netflix. Because I mean, everything is on YouTube. It's not just shows. Any legally uploaded shows, you know what I mean. Woo! Anyway, it's everything from user content, from anything like I don't know, shoe reviewers,
yeah, I
let's
mean, yeah,
players,
there's all this.
everything. There's
But
so
here's
much
the thing:
variety.
is there used to be more variety though? There
Yeah.
used to be way more variety.
Well,
And yes, there was some nasty bits of YouTube, like all that hate speech and stuff. But last I checked, hate speech is covered by the First Amendment, unfortunately. But like, if I start to draw the line where hate speech is, that gets dangerous.
yeah, let's talk
Because
about
what
that.
it could just be something that offends me. And like Ethan said on one of his videos, just because you're offended, it does not mean that it's inherently offensive. All right.
Mhm.
Let me tell you, for being a weirdo on the internet, Ethan has a lot of good freaking advice.
He's a smart guy.
He's a smart guy. He's just
He talks to smart people.
he's too thick for the internet right now. He's too thick.
Papa Bless.
Papa Blast,
James,
James,
yeah.
man, straight up. But
Thick,
yeah,
dude.
no.
Papa Bless that, man.
And I feel like people don't take him seriously. I feel like legit if somebody else said the exact same thing that he was saying.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that because he's serious even when he's being funny.
Even he's literally roasting them. But the worst part is, it's with facts.
Yeah.
It's with facts. It's like I'm gonna literally take these facts that are so serious, and I'm gonna drum them up to these out of proportion like ideas. But that's where they're gonna go. Because if Ethan was back in time, like let's say 20 years ago, and was saying the things he was saying now, we'd all say that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's never gonna happen.
2010, dude. That's when it started happening. Best
Was
fucking
that when
decade,
was that
bruh.
when he started his channel?
No, he started way later.
Yeah.
But I mean, like that
That's when
trend
it blew up.
of
Yeah.
people like
Like people started
personality, I
hearing,
guess.
yeah.
It's like people don't give a shit. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna say this. It's gonna be funny, but I'm gonna be serious about it.
It's like it's he's using this form of humor to get through to people by making it so outrageous and so silly. I'm more interested. I want to listen. Okay, him saying the crazy shit and making weird throw up sounds
Mm-hmm.
is entertaining. So I'm gonna listen. Yeah, right. Okay, and him showing how thick he is on camera. Like, of course I'm gonna watch it.
Don't ever talk to his hair again.
Don't ever talk to his hair again. Alright? and he's bringing us like, I'd almost say H3H3 is a form of civil rights activist for the First Amendment. Straight
Kind
up.
of. Yeah.
He protects the First Amendment, no matter how crazy it is.
Yeah.
And he's not going to say, just because you have the First Amendment, you can say whatever you want. You can, but necessarily shouldn't.
Yeah.
It's like you were too concerned with what you could say rather than what you should say.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to say whatever I want. And Ian, I'd say Ian goes hand in hand with Ethan.
Yeah.
iDubbbz saying the N-word a lot. And then following it up immediately with saying faggot. I mean, he was like, I'm going to take the N-word and I'm going to bump it up just a little bit further. Like, you can already only say N-word. I want you to think about that. The word is so bad that you can't fully say the word. It's like Voldemort.
Yeah.
The N-word is straight up like Voldemort. And he was like, I'm going to take Voldemort and then be like, Voldemort, Lord of the Rings. It's straight up, he just put that shit on that whole level. But he says it so much, we're just like, I'd buy a mug with that on it. I'd buy a mug with that on it.
Yeah.
And then faggot.
Yeah, and we're faggot. And I would buy it because it's just like, I know he doesn't mean it. He's just using it as goof or a gap. Okay?
Yeah.
And that's just, I mean, and then Philip DeFranco bringing like almost fully unbiased news.
You know, I've never watched them.
Watch him. It's fantastic news. It's like pretty much the only source I get my news from anymore. Because he'll quote other things and then give you his perspective. And he makes it clear the difference between fact and his opinion. And if he makes it, unlike most media outlets, if he gets something wrong, he will take it down and then correct it. And that shit is amazing. And he will even in the next video, because you know, if you go back and see the same thing with the same title, you're not going to watch it again. He will go back and he'll be like, actually update to that. Here's what's fucking going on, and I'm sorry about that. And he'll apologize right off the bat. I mean, the minute he finds out, it's not like this weeks out of the way thing. It's while it's still hot.
Yeah.
And I'd say that they're the three freaking horsemen of the First Amendment.
Yeah.
I would say that. Like, I'd say that. I'd wear that shirt. It'd be iDubbbz, H3H3, and Philip DeFranco are the three horsemen of the First Amendment.
Yeah.
Because I would love for them to be on like the board for YouTube, and all of them being creators and comedians and journalists. Like, they all get their facts straight.
Mhm.
All of them. Okay? And just being so outrageous, two of them. And the other one giving a more serious, like, approach to it. They all have different walks of life. They're all different religions. They're from different parts of the country. They all live close together now. Okay? And they're real. Like, when I watch them, I feel like it's real.
Yeah.
They're not shooting me some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
No.
I wish that. I think Philip DeFranco should go work for a bigger media organization and show him how it's done, because the media is so biased.
Like a consultant?
Well, actually, no, he could never do that, because then they would just threaten his paycheck with, "You better say this,"
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
"We're
the
not
more
gonna
independent
we're
you
not
can,
gonna employ you anymore."
See, now,
Keep
I
yourself
would
being-
think that, but I don't think he'd buckle, because YouTube kind of already did that. YouTube was like, we're going to make this more mainstream, and we're going to start demonetizing your videos. And, you know, he was like, you know what, there's other people out there, like Squarespace.com. They got, yeah, there's that whole, I don't get any money from them for that. I just have heard it so many times. That, or the free delivery thing, Postmates,
Yeah, like
whatever.
they advertise.
He finds
through other
people that are
companies.
like, hey, we like what you're doing. We know that you have a big audience.
Yeah.
I will support you, so that you can say whatever you want, because people like the realness of it.
Yeah.
He keeps it real, and that's what people want. The content can be whatever, but if it's real, like the whole kid that mother trucker dude that hurt like a butt cheek on a stick, that kid, that was real. That was real from him.
Yeah.
Okay, it was crazy. It's kind of stupid.
Mother
Trucker dude that hurt like a butt cheek on a stick. Yeah,
That was
but like,
funny.
he's gonna look back at it and he's gonna be embarrassed. But we're all gonna know it's real.
Yeah.
And that's
We'll
one of the
never
things-
know if it's truly real, though. It could have easily been staged.
I don't think that's one of the powers that kids have.
You know, an adult could say, "Hey, son, come outside." Now say, "Mother trucker, dude, that hurt like a butt cheek on a stick." And
But how do you come up with that? As an adult, we don't. And that's what's so crazy about it, is the inability for us to think back to being children.
One of his kids could have said it, and then he's like, "All right, let's set up the shot." You know?
I guess, but I mean, there's still the phrasing of it is so crazy. And you know it's just a couple kids with a camcorder.
Yeah.
This is back in the golden years of YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh,
This is-
09, 08.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, back when
I
I'm
don't
like,
know.
I'm 11 or some shit.
Yeah.
But straight up, now,
I'm
man.
17.
You look like scumbag Steve.
Dude, you do look like scumbag, like
You
a
know the meme?
Hispanic.
I don't even know like that.
Wow, you don't know your memes at all.
Yeah, get your ass out of
Dude,
here.
I'm old as shit.
Yeah, you're the
Scumbag
one-
Steve is older than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should know it.
It was one of the first memes, dude. It's the one that's got like the freaking coach hat, was it? It was coach.
Coach.
And then he has the fur jacket and he comes in and he's like,
Oh, yeah, I know that.
it's
Yeah.
Scumbag
Scumbag
Steve,
Steve.
man.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Yeah. But,
I would smoke a push right
smoke a kush. Smoking plastered as it is, man.
now. Wow!
Yeah, but I like how our conversations are able to fucking keep your snacks. What the fuck? Yeah, I got loud as shit because you're so close. But yeah, nah, man.
You could just cut that part out.
No, I want to leave that shit in. That's staying in.
So, summary: YouTube, good, bad, maybe. I don't know.
Going towards the path of horribleness. I don't like it anymore.
And you know the worst part is YouTube's owned by Google, and net neutrality's been repealed.
Yeah.
No, they did
So-
something recently.
No,
It's
it
not-
died fully.
No,
I
not
thought
yet.
it died fully.
Not yet.
I'm pretty sure it died.
Yeah, it went to the Supreme Court, dude.
No.
Anyways, so Google
Yeah.
having control of YouTube as their primary, like, they can legit just, they can say whatever the fuck they want on there. They control YouTube. They can delete dissenting opinions if they'd like.
Yeah. Well, then
And
then you just go to a new site.
Well, here's the thing. Is let's say I want to create a new site. I want to create a new YouTube.
It's possible.
Where are you gonna look for my website?
The internet
Google.
or Bing. Just go to Bing.
Who? No, I would never. I would rather have my
People
website.
could go to Bing.
I would never go to Bing. Bing is trash.
Or
And you know what the worst part is? Bing is almost identical. It's almost identical. It's just slightly different, and we don't like what's different.
Yeah.
But Google will change, and we're like, oh, we don't like different. And it's like, well, try out Bing. It's like, no, fuck you,
Yeah.
fuck you.
Bing's
I don't want
actually
that
better.
shit.
It's better than Google at that.
What is?
If you ever say
About-
that
for
shit
what?
again, I
For
will
what?
sell you into prostitution.
What?
I heard that Bing is good for looking
Bing
up
is
porn.
better. Bing is better for doing research projects.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now,
I heard
I've been
this.
relying on Google for research projects.
No,
for
okay,
my-
okay. I think I know where he's coming from.
Is it because it shows you the
Google-
thumbnail of videos?
No, because Google uses an algorithm
It's
based off of
Yeah.
how much people research or type certain words.
Because I have very
So-
niche research projects sometimes. Very specific research projects.
Yeah. Anyway.
Like, let's say
algorithm.
I want to see bee porn, and I want to see
Bee
them.
porn?
I see, yeah, man, bee porn. Like, I
That
want to
is
see them getting the
disgusting.
larvae and feeding them the jelly.
Oh,
and then
the royal
Royal
jelly.
jelly.
Fucking.
Yeah, take my
They don't
fucking royal
fuck.
jelly.
There's no thrusting.
I feel like that's thrusting.
It's just inserting and then and that's it.
Is it like pollination? Like they just kind of rub their jizz on their forehead like they do with the jelly?
I think.
They Simba the fucking larvae with the.
I really don't know how it works. I could go research that and tell
No,
you.
not now, please.
But you were explaining the algorithm. I wanna-
So Google is based off of algorithms that determine how much people type certain keywords together. So let's say you you type how to, and then the first things that come up is like how to tie a tie, how to have sex, how to talk to girls.
And it's
how
always
to,
going to be how to kiss. That's always the number one.
How do you
Because
kiss a girl?
There's so
many little kids.
There's so many little kids that are like 8 or 9. They're like, how do I kiss a girl? And then they're gonna get like a freaking Vice YouTube video. You know they're gonna get a Vice YouTube video because it's gonna be the most popular, and it's gonna be like just mouth fucker with your tongue, and it's gonna be like a retired, freaking prostitute. It's gonna be like, this is what I saw from my clients, and these are the
And then she
actual
talks
ones that I
exactly
like.
about.
I'm giving it a man voice. Okay?
No, I mean cigarettes.
Okay. I mean, yeah, sure.
Cigarillos.
Cigarillos.
Anyway,
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Freaking.
So the thing with Google is that I think that whatever you type in is only going to show
What most
the
people look
most
for.
popular answer to whatever you asked. So Bing, I don't know their algorithm, but it might not be as statistically based.
It's based on what you type in.
Yeah, so
it's
for research,
based on more
So-
closest related search rather than popular search.
Exactly, yeah.
Like that tab on Pornhub.
Yeah, so for research, it kind of works because you can look more obscure shit that's on the internet
Okay.
instead of the more popular shit that might come up if you do it through Google. So, you know what? I can fuck with that.
You
I can
fuck
fuck
Bing?
with that.
I can fuck with that.
All right,
Although
I'm gonna fuck with Bing. I'm gonna fuck with Bing, and I'm gonna see if I like it.
Ah!
You fucking cunt.
Why would you do that?
All right. Yeah. So fucking Lenny.
Lenny just choked on water.
Yeah, like he was a big fat black dick. Shout out.
So, with
With that happening, we'd like to close out the podcast covering the topics of bees to prostitutes to YouTubers,
bringing it all the way back around.
bringing it all the way back around to bees.
Bing.
To Bing. Yeah, to Bing. Because Bing is the bean bees, apparently. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to check out what all the buzz is about.
No.
You might say I fucks with it.
No. Wait, that one doesn't make sense.
Prostitutes.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right.
three
Back to
topics.
prostitutes.
Yeah. Anyways, we're going to close out the podcast. Thanks for listening.
Oh, God.